Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tavatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Nigamakalpatarorgalidam phalam Shukamukadamrutadravasamyudam Vivada Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yonda Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kirashakti Dharaswadhamna Anyan Shahasta Charana Shravanatvagadina Pranana Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Acharyebhyo Namaha Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Parabrahmane Mahavishnave Brahmane Sanakadi Munibhyo Naradaya Veda Vyasaya Shuka Brahmarshe Suta Mahamane Shaunakadi Rishibhyo Vaishampayana Rishibhyo Matsyadi Avatarebhyo Atriya Rishibhyo Prahaladadi Bhaktajanebhyo Adityadi Navagra Devatabhyo Sri Dakshinamurti Dattatreya Hayagriwadi Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Adi Parashakti Matre Namaha. Mata Pitru Devatabhyo Namaha. Shri Adya Shankaracharya Gurubhyo Namaha. Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Tesham Samasta Gurunam Devatanam Anugrahena Upanishadukta Brahmatmaikya Modasya Asmin Kshane Eva Siddhyartam Purane Ityasokta Bhagavad Bhagavata Darshana Anugraha Anubhava Praptyartham Sanatana Dharmasya Vaidika Samskrutehe Punaruthana Jagarana Vishwavyaptyartham Tatkrute Krutaniஷ்ඨानां समस्त धर्म संस्थापक साधक उपासकानां विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलना शक्ति साधना संपदा अवाप्ति द्वारा तस्मिन् दिव्य धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम अस्माकं सह साधकानां आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यादि प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ दशमस्कन्धस्य पारायणम्. Friends, we can consider it as a blessing and opportunity, and accordingly we can inspire from within to involve all in these spiritual activities as seriously and sincerely as we can, which helps us in our quicker unfoldment, quicker progress in spirituality. As lesser is our sincerity and genuineness, as routinely lightly we take, so less will be the benefit of this. Recognizing this, bringing always our intellect into forefront, which should think unbiased way and feel happy, proud, self-respected that the gods and the gurus have chosen to give this great shastra jnanam to us. Added to this recognition of the intellect should be the mana with all that shraddha and bhakti. Again added to that is our own ears in listening to these kathas, trying to grasp the deeper sadhana, whatever we can grasp from these topics. Today's our 3-4 classes. One Bhagavatam Dashamaskandham Parayanam Adhyanam. Today we'll start 47th chapter. Then 2 we have our Bhagavatam 12 Skandha. Today we'll try to conclude our 3rd chapter. Third we have our Adhyatma Ramayanam, where we'll start our 10th and the 9th and the 10th and the last sarga of Aranyakanda, Bhagavan proceeding towards Shabari Mata. But before that, whatever that Virat Rupa Varnana Gandharvaji has done, that we will conclude. Then around 50 names or so of Mata Lalita, we remember we chant to ask her to bless us. So the first one is the 10th skandha. Yesterday we saw the fourth day, the 46th chapter, Purvardham, how Sri Uddhavji went there and gave all the knowledge to Nanda, Yashoda, and all that. Then what happened after that night? That was spent in this way in discussion about Tattva and Bhagavan Krishna between that Nanda Yashoda and Uddhavji. Early morning, very early, all Gopikas of that Vraja Bhumi got up, got ready, lighted the lamps, made all the Alankara, Rangoli that has to be done. All that we can interpret or imagine. See, from these things where the unsaid things are there, from these sources only, later on, the great bhaktas of Krishna and Anuyayis of the Gopikas and Brajabhumi interpreted so many ways the bhakti prema of these Gopikas to Krishna, went on writing so many poems or bhajans, kirtans, etc. Like, why did they get up so early morning and made all these rangoli? Ki anytime Krishna can come there to give them ananda, they have faith in Krishna's arrival, and anytime Krishna comes, everything should be so beautiful, welcoming him. That every moment having the positive asha on the arrival and blessing of the Lord, and to welcome him. Whatever we have to do, we must be ready for that. This is what is shown there in their getting up early morning means tamaguna is gone away, invoked the rajoguna and did the due works right from beginning of all this churning the butter, etc. And in that Shuddha Sataguna, they were only while doing that work singing the glories of Lord only. See, from this they could take out so much of the meanings and write about how we have to develop our bhakti for the Lord, pleasing Him to come and bless us. So, this was happening early morning, they were doing that churning and all. What a beautiful sound, along with the sound of singing, etc. Together, the great word used by Shukadevji here is it was destroying all the negativities that are there in the entire cosmos, entire the ether, entire the subtle space there. See, nirasyatena disham amangalam. What we are studying in 12th skandha, that when the Bhagavan is there in our heart, all the heart existing dushkruti of Kaliyuga are destroyed by the Lord inside. Now, here in the 10th skandha, it is talked about outside. That when Gopikas were singing Bhagavan's glories loudly, in the pitch of their voice and volume, it was destroying the outer Amangala. So, whether it is Amangala outer or the Amangala inner can be removed only by Bhagavat Krupa invoked through Bhagavat Sankirtana. Other than this, there is no redemption. For the devil called as the mind to destroy our life by being an enemy and also destroying the peace and beauty of the external world. So these are the beautiful things. If you want to pause and think and learn, plenty are there in every of the chapter, in every of the topics. So that's what was seen in that chapter 46. Toward the end, when the light came, sunrise has happened. They saw that Shauta Kaumbha Ratha in front of the Nanda Baba's house. Then they were surprised, किनका है? सुबह सुबह रथ दिख रहा है. Is it that Kamsa again came? Who is the one to please that? Sorry, Akrura has come to please that Kamsa. In was first time he came, took away Krishna, who is our life. Now come for what? We know Kamsa is dead. Has he come here, Akrura, to that even do some Pinda Pradhanadit by us for that Kamsa? What else means? और कुछ जो है हमारा ले जाने के लिए लूटने के लिए आया क्या धना आदि इत्यादि. So in that way they were having expressing their dukkha viraha of Lord Krishna's separation in this form. किं साधयिष्यति अस्माभिः भर्तुः प्रीतस्य निष्कृतिं? What else did Akrura want to get done for his own Swami, that is Kamsa? Iti Strinam Vadantinam. When this way they were in their own hesitation, doubt, talking to each other, Uddhava Agata. Uddhava reached them. Kruta Nikaha. After finishing his early morning duties of bath, upasana, ityad. So, such a beautiful thing, is it not? Forgetting our own modern way of life, invoking how the weather atmosphere would have been at that time, bringing that into our heart and chanting these mantras, seeing that meaning. If we can try, how beautifully we can revel ourselves, in that Gokula Vrindavana atmosphere and entire story mainly. Then what happened in this today's chapter 47? We will see they recognize he is not Krishna. They come near, see such a wonderful expression. He looks like Krishna only, Sarubhyam. Then they inquire. Then before he starts, anything to say, they only इतना सारा टॉन्ट मारते हैं to Bhagavan Krishna through Uddhava. Then they see a Brahmara there. Then addressing Krishna through Uddhava, addressing Uddhava through that Brahmara, they talk a lot of things in those 8, 10, 12 slokas. That is called as Brahmara Geetham. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly in 10 slokas. In that they express completely their viraha, their complaint to Krishna that he left them and went. And later on, much more things they discuss Krishna's Gunagana and all. Seeing that Uddhavji is so happy, so himself learns from them all the bhakti ityadi. Then in their mutual discussion, as it happened with Nanda Yashoda, lot of Adhyatmika Chintana goes on happening. That is how a good, big, huge chapter this around of 69, 70 shlokas. Okay. Mhm. Mm. So here though, Uddhavji to says toward the end, I salute to the Pada Raja of these Gopikas, whose presence and whose singing of Lord Krishna's glory purifies all the worlds. That's how his concluding remark. Excellent it is. So why wait? Let us see few of the mantras today. Let us chant mantra number 1 up to 21 and see. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Puranam Dashamaskandha Urvardha Atha Saptachatvarimshodhyayah Shri Shuka Uvacha. Om Tam Vikshya Krishnaanucharam Vrajastriyah Pralambavahum Navakanjalochanam Pītāmbaram Pushkaramalinam Lasat मुखारविन्दं मणिमृष्टकुण्डलं शुचिस्मिताः कोऽयमपीच्य दर्शनः कुतश्च कस्याच्युतवेषभूषणः इति स्म सर्वाः परिवव्रुरुत्सुकाः तमुत्तमश्लोकपदाम्बुजाश्रयं तं प्रश्रयेणावनताः सुसत्कृतं सव्रीडहासे क्षणसूनृतादिभिः रहस्य पृच्छन् उपविष्टमासने विज्ञाय सन्देशहरं रमापतेः जानीमस्त्वां यदुपतेः पार्षदं समुपागतं भर्त्रेह प्रेषितः पित्रोः भवान् प्रियचिकीर्षया अन्यथा गोव्रजेतस्य स्मरणीयं न चक्ष्महे स्नेहानुबन्धो बन्धूनां मुनेरपि सुदुस्त्यजः अन्येष्वर्थकृता मैत्री यावदर्थविडम्बनं पुंभिः स्त्रीषु कृता यद्वतु सुमनस्व्यपि षट्पदैः निस्वं त्यजन्ति गणिकाः अकल्पं नृपतिं व्रजाः अधीतविद्या आचार्यं ऋत्विजो दत्तदक्षिणम् खगावीतफलं वृक्षं भुक्त्वा चातिथयो गृहं दग्धं मृगास्तथारण्यं जारो भुक्त्वा रतां स्त्रियम् इति गोप्यो हि गोविन्दे गतवाक्कायमानसाः कृष्णदूते व्रजं याते उद्धवे त्यक्तलौकिकाः गायन्तः प्रियकर्माणि रुदत्यश्च गतश्रियः तस्य संस्मृत्य यानि कैशोर्यबाल्ययोः काचिन्मधुकरं दृष्ट्वा ध्यायन्तीं कृष्णसङ्गमं प्रियप्रस्थापितं दूतं कल्पयित्वेदमब्रवीत् गोप्युवाच ॐ मधुपकी तव बन्धो मास्पृशाङ्घ्रिं सपत्न्याः कुचविलुलितमाला कुङ्कुमश्मश्रुभिर्नः वहतु मधुपतिस्तन्मानिनीनां प्रसादं यदु सदसि विडम्ब्यं यस्य दूतस्त्वमीदृको सकृदधरसुधां स्वां मोहिनीं पाययित्वा सुमनस इव सद्यस्तत्यजेस्मान् भवादृक् परिचरति कथं तत्पादपद्मं तु पद्मः यपिबत हृतचेता ह्युत्तमश्लोकजल्पैः किमिह बहुषडङ्घ्रे गायसि त्वं यदूनाम् अधिपतिम् अगृहाणाम् अग्रतो नः पुराणम् विजयसखसखीनां गीयतां तत्प्रसङ्गः क्षपितकुचरुजस्ते कल्पयन्तीष्टमिष्टाः दिवि भुवि च रसायां काः स्त्रियस्तद्दुरापाः कपटरुचिरः सभ्रूविजृम्भस्य याः स्युः चरणरजौपास्ते यस्य भूतिर्वयं काः यपि च कृपणपक्षे युत्तमश्लोकशब्दः विसृज शिरसि पादं वेद्म्यहं चाटुकारैः अनुनय विदुषस्तेभ्येत्य दौत्यैर्मुकुन्दात् स्वकृत इह विसृष्टापत्यपत्यन्यलोका व्यसृजदकृतचेताः किं सन्धेयमस्मिन् मृगयुरिव कपीन्द्रं विव्यधे लुब्धधर्मा स्त्रियमकृतविरूपां स्त्रीजितः कामयानां बलिमपि बलिमत्वा वेष्टयद्वांशवद्यः तदलमसितसख्यैर्दुस्त्यजस्तत्कथार्थः यदनुचरितलीला कर्णपीयूषविप्रुट् सकृदधनविधूतद्वन्द्वधर्मा विनष्टाः सपदि गृहकुटुम्बं दीनमुत्सृज्य दीना बहव इह विहङ्गा भिक्षुचर्याञ्चरन्तीं वयं ऋतमिव जिह्मव्याहृतं श्रद्दधानाः कुलिकऋतमिवाज्ञाः कृष्णवद्भो हरिण्यः ददृशुरसकृत् एतत् तन्न कस्पर्शतीव्र स्मररुज उपमन्त्रिन् भण्यताम् अन्यवार्ता प्रियसख पुनरागाः प्रेयसाः प्रेषितः किं वरय किमनुरुन्धे माननीयोऽसि मेङ्ग नयसि कथमिहास्मान् दुस्त्यजद्वन्द्वपार्श्वं सददमुरसि सौम्य श्रीर्वधूः साकमास्ते अबिबत मधुपुर्याम् आर्यपुत्रोऽधुनास्ते स्मरति स पितृगेहान् सौम्यबन्धूंश्च गोपान् क्वचिदपि सकतानः किङ्करीणां गृणीते भुजमगुरुसुगन्धं मूर्ध्न्यधास्यत् कदा नु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. What a beautiful things, all of them. By all means, the heart has to be made devoted. By all means, Krishna Bhakti should keep on increasing in our heart. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. अथ सप्तचत्वारिंशः अध्यायः. 47th chapter. Shri Shuka Uvacha. See the book, just we are seeing and trying to explain the meaning, just revel. In these classes of ours, when you have the book also in the hands, you are given the training for concentration, training for chanting the Bhagavata mantras, training to know the literal meaning, training to see how the great bhaktas like Vyasa Adi have, Shukacharya have experienced and explained the devotion, also the training to see about the bhaktas like Gopikas, how they have conducted their life. So many things we are getting trained if we are truly attentive in the class with Sattva-guna, with Ekagrata, with Shraddha. If Manas is in Rajotamo, we are not in the class at all. If the Ekagrata is not there, if the Shraddha is not there, again and again our wholehearted application to know what is said in shlokas, to know what is the meaning or sadhana in it, we will not try. So may we all throughout life have Purna Shraddha when we are in the Satsanga for the Vishaya there, for the theme content there, and its understanding application in our life. So Shukadevji is continuing to say in this 47th chapter, Ki Tam Vikshya, when Uddhavji himself, having finished his early morning things, came near to them, Tam Vikshya, Krishna Anucharam. They have understood. Krishna Anucharam. Some of these people who have gone for that Dhanuryaga, they might have seen him. All that not mentioned in Bhagavatam, they might have mentioned also. All okay, but one person we have seen, he was looking like Krishna only. Don't know much details. ऐसा कहा होगा. Therefore, they came to know. Or else, indirectly through some means, they came to know he is Krishna Anucharaha, the servant of Lord Krishna, follower of Lord Krishna, Sevaka, Tam Viksha Krishna Anucharam, Tam Krishna Anucharam Viksha, Vrajastriyaha, all these Vrajastris. How was Uddhavji that time? Pralamba Bahum, long hands like Krishna only. Nava Kanja Lochanam. See, Tulsidas ji. Nava Kanja Lochana, Kanja Mukhakara, Kanja Pada Kanjarunam. श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजमन. इधर है ना शब्द नव. नव मीन्स फ्रेशली ब्लॉसम्ड. कंजा इज लोटस. लोचनम इज द आईज. Uddhavji's eyes were like freshly blossomed lotus. Pitambaram, yellow clad dress, beautiful. Pushkara malinam, having the mala of the pushpa in his neck. So Pushpamala, Pitambara, Kanjalochana, Pralamba Bahu, exactly like Krishna only he was appearing. Lasat Mukhara Vindam. Lasat means shining, bright, brilliant, because of tapasya, sadhana, Krishna Bhakti, his Mukhara Vinda was there, the lotus of the face. Then Mani Mrushta Kundalam. Mrushta means studded with Kundala are the earrings, money with all the money, the diamonds, etc. So such a wonderful form the Uddhavji was there, as we have seen so many times. He has got sarupyata with Krishna. वहाँ भगवान तो जटायु को सारूप्य दिया, यहाँ तो भगवान कृष्ण उद्धव जी को, like while he was here only, that was given to him. Now, like not, he is not a akrura, thank God. He is Krishna Anuchara, looking good and all. Therefore, Shuchismitaha. With purity in the heart, they brought that purity, devotion from the heart, respect from the heart, in the form of smile on their face. Shuchismitaha. Then see that word used here, Apicha Darshanaha. Apicha Darshana is a word used only for Bhagavan Krishna, not for anyone. If at all it is used now only is for this greatest Bhakta Uddhavji. Kaha ayam apicha darshana? Who is this most handsome and beautiful looking guy? Kutaha cha? From where he has come? Kasya achyuta vesha bhushana? How come he has got the vesha and bhushana just like Achyuta the Krishna? कौन है? किसका है? कहाँ से आया? कैसे उनको कृष्ण के ही ये सारे भूषण या वेश मिला है? इति स्म. In this way, sarvaha, all of them, utsukaha, with so much of utsaha, surprise and readiness, parivavruho, came and surrounded him. All of them. Then tam means that Uddhavji. Who is Uddhava? Uttama Shloka Padambuja Ashrayam. The one who is always at the feet of the Lord Krishna, whose glory and praise is done all over the world. Uttama Shloka Punya Shravana Kirtana means great praiseworthy the Lord. Padambuja, the lotus feet, Ashrayam, the one who has taken the Ashrayam of him, his feet. That is why in the 11th skandha, whole knowledge is given to the, followed by the 12th skandha, Ashraya skandha. So Uddhavji always at the support of Lord Krishna's feet, looking so wonderful, beautiful. Who is he? Where from he has come? How he got Krishna Rupa? In this Vichikitsa, they all surrounded him. Then Tam to that Uddhavji, Prashrayena Avanataha. See, such a beautiful is that character of Gopikas. Prashrayena, with all the humility and humbleness, Avanataha, they did pranam to Uddhavji. हमारे इलाके में आया है, ये हमारा जगह है, हम यहाँ के महारानियाँ हैं. None of these arrogance. Even now also, the difference in the people in the towns and cities and people in the villages we can. So much contrast. Even now, पूरा वहाँ भी खत्म हो रहा है, but still little is there when we go to those villages. When we during our satsang pravachan, when we do the classes in our towns and all, हाँ बहुत आए बोलने के लिए, आप जैसे बहुत को जानता हूँ मैं आपसे भी अच्छा बोल सकूँ. इस तरह के चेहरे होते. When we go to those villages, humbly they sit, they listen, they do such a wonderful. It is such a touching thing. Thank God the hearts are not yet impurified by the arrogances, etc. Town culture अलग होता ही है वहाँ का. And various things. They're so busy in so many works, they don't have time for all that. Anyway, but these women of that Vrindavana, Gokula, so humble, they have done salutations to him. Prashrayena Avanata. With all the humility, they did pranams to him. Then Susatkrutam, they have done due satkara to him. Might have brought मक्खन लाए होंगे, कुछ खाने को दिए होंगे, फल दिए होंगे, पुष्प अर्पणा किया होगा. So whatever satkara to be done, they can do, they did. Then Savrida Hasa Ikshana Sunrutadvihi. Vrida, because a new person from the different place came, therefore that bashfulness. Hasa, naturally, when that unknown person with whom you have to talk, especially when is Krishna center, there should be a muskurahat on the face. Ikshana and looking at him. Sunrutadvihi, with lot of pleasantry exchanges. Sunrutavak. With all the sweet words, etc., they have talked to him and broke that ice. In that we can say they might have asked him details. He might have told everything. Jaise in Adhyatma Ramayana, every time we see whichever the Rishi or Guru or Rakshasa, they ask, "Who are you?" Rama gives his introduction. Ayodhyadipati Sriman Rajara Dasharatha Tasya Putroham Yem Mama Bharata, then Padni, then Sita, all introduction. So here also he might have given his introduction to them ki I am sent by Krishna ityadi. But Savrida Hasa Ikshidna Sunrutadivihi. So this all shows they are so well trained and cultured in receiving the Atithi and in talking to him and all that. Then Rahasi Apruchan Upavishtam Asane. So they made him sit first of all comfortably and then they started asking details about the Mathurapuri, Kamsa is gone now, how the people, etc. Whatever. Vignaya, knowing that Sandesha Haram, he is the one who brought the Sandesha, of whom Ramapatehe, of Lord Vishnu in the form of Krishna. So, having known that he is the one who brought Krishna Sandesha, they respected him, they made him sit, they did all the safaryas, they did pranama ityadi, they made him comforted, then they asked the question. So here now, some Gopika, everybody is not of same nature. So some must be with all respect, reverence, some with gratitude, some with joy, contentment, many of them with anger. कि चला गया कृष्ण अभी तक नहीं आया, this type of thing without talking to us event. So you can feel that these are all not the words of one Gopika only, each one of different nature. है ना, some might have brought gifts also. क्या को गिफ्ट दे, तो पहले बात तो कर ले, कौन है ये, वेस्ट मत कर अपना गिफ्ट. कोई नमस्कार कर रही होगी, दूसरा क्या नमस्कार करना है इनको. Then that one who did not get must be telling other, तू भी कर, तू भी कर, तू भी कर, मैं शहर से आया है. So you can imagine all that in your mind. Vyasa ji, Shukadev ji cannot write all these details. They leave it to our own joy to be with Krishna by in our own mind imagining all these possible happenings. So now they start talking, प्रेम में, विरह में जब दुख होता है ना, how at the mind level one becomes sentimental and talks in an passive voice indirectly expressing all their anguish. हिंदी में टोंट मारना जो कहते हैं ना, sarcasm as you talk it. So they talked like this. The entire Brahmara Geetam is like that only, followed by this. Starting from here, straight away, one of them saying, Jani Maha, we have known it now. Tvam, who are you that we know? Yadupatehe Parshadam, you are the Parshada, you are this assistant, personal assistant. See that from Parshada, the personal assistant, the word came. So close they are. We know now you are the Parshada, assistant of Yadupati, that Lord Krishna, Samupagatam, you have come. See, no more he is a Gopikapati or an Brindavanvasi. They have decided that he is a Yadupati, हमको छोड़ के गया. And we know you are his Parshada Samupagatam. And Bhartra iha preshitaha. By your Lord you are sent here, we know. Your Lord. Bhartra में तुम्हारे स्वामी ने तुमको भेजा. हमको पता है. तुम तो उनका पार्षद आ गए. और आए क्यों? सी द वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग. पित्रोः प्रियचिकीर्षया परिषितः. I know he has sent you to make his parents, Nanda Yashoda, make them consoled and happy. That's why you came in the evening. None of us know, no news. You stayed there all night and you might have talked to them. हाँ, मॉर्निंग बस ऐसे कैजुअली हमको भी मिलने आए होंगे. But mainly you are sent by Krishna for consoling the mother and father Nanda and Yashoda. Now see the next shloka. They say, Anyatha, otherwise, go vraje. In that Rajabhumi where only the cows and calves are there, poor rustics of the village. Tasya, to that Krishna, Smaranayam nachakshmahe. Other than his parents, who are else worthy of being remembered by him? हाँ, तुम तो उनके माता पिता को ही कंसोल करने आए होंगे. अदर देन देयर टू, हु एल्स आर देयर फॉर कृष्णा टू बी रिमेंबर्ड? सी दैट. We don't see anyone whom he remembers. Now see what Vedanta, what thing they talk. They say, Snehanubandha bandhunam munerapi sudustyaja. Even a person becomes muni, does manana, tries to develop vairagya, tries to become spiritual, tries to become focused on Lord, yet for him also, what is that? They say, Sneno anubandha bandhunam. Their sneha anubandha to the bandhus with which he lived earlier before becoming the muni. So tough for him to give it up. So they are comparing themselves with the munis. अपने आप को. Is it not? मुनियों को भी स्नेहानुबंध बंधुओं से छोड़ना मुश्किल होता है. So they are the such ones. We are munis. And we can't leave our snehanubandha to Krishna indirectly. We are. And what they are talking about Krishna, very funny. They say, Anyeshu arthakruta maitri yavad artha vidammanam. There are other category of people who have the mitrata bandhutva, prema to the others for the sake of some artha or the benefit. And when the benefit is over, yavad artha, thereafter they don't even care also. Anyeshu, in other people, arthakruta maitri, the friendship made for some artha, some prayojanam, yavad artha vidamanam, as long as that prayojanam is achieved. And see the example they give, Pumbihi strishu kruta yadvat. Generally, all men toward the women are like that. Example again they give. Ki sumanaswapi shatpadaihi. Like the shatpada. The shatpada is the honeybees. How long they are with the flower? As long as they get the honey. Ever pura makarand pilya. Even that flower is talking, walking, or not walking, talking, loving. To that Brahmara, he says, हो गया मैं तो आया हूँ मकरंद लेने खत्म हो गया I have no relation to you. It never goes back, that Brahmara, to that Pushpa again. Because there is no honey. So, Pumbihi Strishu, the men toward the women, whatever they want after getting it, even they love those she, still he doesn't, they don't say they go away. This is Artha Prayojana. So, in this way, they are comparing themselves with the Muni and comparing Krishna with the Brahmara. That he was with us, and when he just had all what he can have here, then the Mauka Mila, he just went to the Mathura Nagari, like that Brahmara, never coming back. See that? This is how a common human minds work because of the power of that attachment all. And let us not spoil this mood by bringing Vedanta too much. But one thought can be one has to go through all that at one stage, at an higher stage, everyone will have to rise above it. If not, one gets bound in that emotion of being deceived or cheated or, what do you say, troubled by others. The trust is broken and all that. There's no end to it. With one sentence of Vedanta, all that has to be cut. And that is, our goal should be only Bhagavan. All the rest comes, stays, goes according to Prarabdha. Good or bad. How much ever you try, struggle to eliminate it or call it, it won't come or go if it is not in the Prarabdha. If it is in the Prarabdha, we can do nothing. Some of you after 20 years joined the classes. ये आपका प्रारब्ध है मैं क्या करूं? Some lucky fellows whose prarabdha over, they ran away from the classes. Is it not? And whose prarabdha will be there and who will join? God knows. And how long your prarabdha lasts, you and God know. Once that is over, bye bye. पीछे भी नहीं मुड़कर देखेंगे. This is how the world is. This is how it is. It has to be like that. Because only goal is Bhagavan. Because that alone is permanent. All else is temporary. In the good of us only, everything goes away. That way, with Vedanta philosophy, knowing the goal to be Bhagavan, knowing the limitations of Prarabdha, such things you and I have to transcend. But इनका क्या है? एक विशेष आसक्ति प्रेम भगवान कृष्ण के साथ. So the two things they said. One, he has sent you for consoling his parents only. Other than them, who are there for him to remember in this Vrindavan, in this Gokul Dham? कोई है नहीं. There are munis. For them also, it is difficult to give up the bandha to the bandhus, the snehana bandhu. And there are other people, like the shatpadi and the flower, they take the honey, they go away only. See that anguish they express. Is it not? Prema vahamka. Is it? Then they say, Niswam tejanti ganikaha. The ganikas, they give up the person who has not got any more money. Akalpam Rupatim Prajaha, a king who is not capable of properly ruling them, properly bringing all the comforts to them, to that Raja, the Praja give up. Different states, countries, how the parties lose their power because the people don't vote because they know he is not anymore samartha to take care of our needs. So, Adhita Vidya Acharyam. Third one is the students who have learnt all the Vidya, they leave and go, leave Acharya. Some places without Adhita only they leave. Adhita Vidya Acharyam. Finally, Rutvijaha Datta Dakshinam. The Rutviks having taken Dakshina after doing the puja from the Yajamana, they go away. Khagaha Vita Phalam. The birds leave the tree which has no more fruit. So, Vita Phalam Vruksham Bhuktvacha Atitaya Gruham. The guests, having had full sumptuous meal, leave the house and go. Dagdham Mrugaha Datharanyam. Then the Mrugaha leave the burnt forest too. Jaraha Bhuktva Ratam Striyam. The Jaraha leaving that tree and going away. In this way, giving lot of examples, they were expressing their anguish. Ki Krishna left and went. When we live at the Manomaya Kosha, that also not according to Taittiriya Upanishad. We only create all the emotions, attachment. This is how our life will be miserable. Dukhi. So they gave all examples only with one complaint that he left and went away. Is it not? It is a way. He can't stay here. He'll have to take care of his parents and further Leelas. No, you leave Brindavan and go there. No, they can't go there. They'll be here only. They are bound by their own other routines and all. So, this is all a very sweet feeling in the hearts about their prema to Bhagavan Krishna, luckily. Bhagavan knows all that. That's why he sent Uddhavji. Then Uddhavji will teach Tattva and Shajnanam, and only that Tattva Jnanam can make us transcend all the emotional bondages of the mana. And all the emotional bondages of mana and consequent dukkha, Bhagavan gives so much to his bhaktas so that they become fit for jnanam and moksha. Same with Arjuna. Whole chapter 1 he cried for his Bhishma and Drona is all. मेरे मामा है मेरा चाचा है मेरे दादा है मेरे पापा है मेरे भतीजा है whole first chapter. आचार्या मातुला शाला संबंध आचार्यान मातुलान भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखीन् सदा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धून् अवस्थितान् कृपया वरया आविष्टः विषिदानिदमब्रवीत् दुष्ट्वेमं सजं कृष्णायुत्सं संसीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति. Lord loves Arjuna, waiting for opportunity to give him the great Upanishad Sahara Jnana. Arjuna never gave that chance to Lord. Now that situation becomes so miserable, frustrated. He says, there is no way I come out of this dukkha. Very confused state of mind. Yuddha karu ya na karu, jitu ya haru. Everything appears to be destroying only. Even 3 words of sukha also I get, I'll not be happy now. That is the condition of my mind. Trailokya Rajya Seto. All that he says. Or he says, Yat Shoka Muchoshnam Indriyanam Avapya Bhumau Asapatnam Ruddham Rajyam Suranam Abhija Adipatya. Even if I become like Indra, still this burning which is happening in me because of this dukkha, nobody can remove. So naturally, then what is the only way left out? When any of the outer achievements, outer material things cannot help one, only one thing called as wisdom. And that wisdom also about Paramatma. Therefore, Krishna took that opportunity, gave Arjuna such a jnanam that it is a once for all treatment. Never ever one falls into the trap of any emotions at the lower level. Whoever thus studies Gita maintains his emotions to the required level without allowing them to overpower to the extent of looting the wisdom, making one miserable. So here also these gopikas are in that mood. Iti, in this way, gopyaha, all the gopikas, govinde, in Lord Krishna only, gata vak kaya manasaha, their kaya vacha manasa, they have lost in Lord Krishna. Krishna Drute Vrajam Yate Uddhave. When the Krishna Duta Uddhava came to this Vrajabhumi, Tyakta Laukikaha. They just forgot the formalities. They started talking in sarcastic way. They started becoming miserable, crying, complaining. Tyakta Laukikaha. That no, the formality of सब भूल गए वो लोग. त्यक्ता लौकिकाः. Then Gayantiha Priya Karmani, singing that Priya Karma of Lord Krishna, Rudatyaha cha, crying loudly, Gata Priyaha. without that bashfulness. Some of them, big group are there, एक तरह का, depending on their age, their nature, that's आनंदम they got from Krishna, their own स्वभाव, ये सब मिलकर कोई गा रहे, कोई रो रहे, कोई उनके लीला को याद कर रहे हैं. सी दैट वर्ड तस्य संस्मृत्य संस्मृत्य, यानी कैशोर्य बाल्ययोः, द बाल किशोर अवस्था में all the sweet cute leelas, whatever Krishna has done, they are all doing smarana again and again, telling to Uddhav ji. And रो रहे हैं, दुखी हो रहे हैं. रोना उसने नहीं, अब वो ऐसे प्यार, इतना आनंद देने वाला कृष्ण now left us and went away. In that way, such a great way, that way they were talking. Among them, some gopikas. Kachit, one of them, Madhukaram Društva, Sisaya Brahmara, Dhyayanti Krishna Sangamam, remembering the prema given by Krishna, Priya Prastapitatum Kalpayitva. In that Brahmara, imagining Uddhavji. Idam Abravit. She started talking all this. So this is onwards. 12 श्लोक से लेकर 20-21, the 10 श्लोकास are called भ्रमर गीतम. भ्रमर को देखते हुए, उद्धव को उद्देशित करते हुए गाया हुआ ग्रेट ग्रेट गीतम by गोपिकास. In that again, pranaya, vihvara and viraha, all of them are there. Tomorrow we will see. So all that shows is what? Only one lesson. लड़ना है, झगड़ना है, रोना है, कंप्लेंट करना है, कुछ भी करना है, कृष्ण के लिए करो. Good, no? If you want to fight, fight with Krishna. Hate, hate Krishna. Love, love Krishna. Expect, expect from Krishna. Befriend, befriend Krishna. Complaint, unse karo. Why avoid anybody who is mithya? Who is an unreal, incapable person of the world? Only Krishna. कुछ भी करना है कृष्ण से करना. Now what is the beautiful this Bharamara Geetam? We'll chant and see its meaning tomorrow. Sarvam Krishna Arvanamastu Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama Sri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama Shri Suta Sharanam Mama Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama Shri Narada Sharanam Mama Shri Kumara Sharanam Mama Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kruvatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्जदगर्हिचित्. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणशास्त्रम् 12 स्कन्धः. आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाद्यवसीयते साश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते. ओम श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं 12 स्कन्धः तृतीयोऽध्यायः. Heart in heart, praying to all the rishis, gurus, munis, especially all the characters of Bhagavatam, whether they are bhaktas, rishis, munis, devatas, avataras. Only one thing we have to ask them: give us such hearts, pure, divine, selfless, devoted, that everything of Bhagavatam or Ramayanam or Upanishad, when we are studying, straight away, without any doubt or delay, what is said in those things, may we experience them at that very moment. If it is Bhakti Rasa Yukta Vishaya, in that Bhakti Rasa Swada, we should enter into that Bhakti Samadhi. It is Tattva Vishaya, in that contemplation of the Tattva, we should enter into that Tattva Nirvikalpa Samadhi. If it is talking about the Dharma or the values, we have to grasp them with commitment to practice at that very moment. In this way, when we ask our Rishi Muni Gurus Devadas, they are always there, around there, as intensely, deeply, having Shraddha in them and pray to them. Accordingly, their blessings come and really bring the required change in us. So, what do we want? Any of the Purana, Ityasa or Shastra, Shravanam we are doing, Adhyanam we are doing, or Shravanam we are doing at that very moment with a deep involvement into that Vishaya, we should fully be engrossed in the experience of that. Not with an extroverted mind, half mind, or non-attending the mind, or superficial mind. As we saw in our the other Bhagavatam introduction, he Shraddha Rahita Nai, Shraddha Sahita Mana. Bhakti Rahita Nai, Bhakti Sahita. Ekagra Rahita Nai, Ekagra Sahita. Ahankara Sahita Nai, Nirankara Sahita. Ahankara Rahita. Vyaktitva say, we should listen or study the books or do any sadhana, always saying, Oh Guru Parampara, Oh Bhagavan, it is you who gave this opportunity. It is you who are expected to or prayed to give the ability also to understand, to live that way. So with this attitude, let us try to see today this third chapter completely of this Dvadasha Skandha, Sri Shukadevji's final almost Upadeshas to Sri Parikshitji and all of us. The threefold purposes are what? One is for the removal of Kali, second is as a support for us throughout life as sadhana. Third one, when the time of departure comes, these Krishna Leelas, Krishna Rupas, Krishna Gunas, Krishna Dhama, Krishna Nama, Krishna Anugraha, only these things should be there. Remembering them, we just, when we leave this Sharira, we reach to his lok. Instead of that, we only count the money while leaving the body in our banks, in accounts, कितने बैंक में कितने अकाउंट है, कितने एफडी है, कितना म्यूचुअल में लगाया, कितना हमने शेयर खरीदी. ऐसा सोचते मरेंगे तो अगले जन्म में शेयर बाजार में बिल्ली बनकर जन्म लेंगे. So, for these three purposes, Mriyamanaha and in general in life, more particularly to come out of the Kali dosha. What to do are these sadhanas. This is what is being taught by Shukadevji towards the end. Most profound, most important ones. Let us enjoy the chanting once. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Atha Trutiyodhyayah Shri Shukavacha Kalau Narajan Jagatam Param Gurum Trilokanathanatapadapankajam Prayena Martyaha Bhagavantamachyutam Yakshyanti Pashanda Vibhinna Chetasaha Yannamadheyam Riyamana Aturaha Patan Skalanva Vivasho Grunan Puman Vimukta Karmargala Uttamam Gatim Prapnoti Yakshanti Natam Kalau Janaha Pumsam Kalikrutan Doshan Dravyadeşatma Sambhavan Sarvan Harati Chittastha Bhagavan Purushottamaha Shrutah Sankirtitodhyatah Pujitaschadruto Viva Nunandhanoti Bhagavan Hrutstho Janmayuta Shubham Yatha Hemnistito Bhaknihi Durvarnam Hanti Dhatujam Evamatmagato Vishnuhu Yoginam Ashubhashayam Vidyatapa Prana Nirodha Maitri Tirthabhisheka Pratadana Japyaihi Natyanta Shuddhim Lavatentaratma Yatha Hrudisthe Bhagavatyanante तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदिस्थं कुरु केशवं म्रियमाणो ह्यवहितः ततो यासि परां गतिं म्रियमाणैरभिध्येयः भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः आत्मभावं नयत्यङ्ग सर्वात्मा सर्वसम्भवः कलेर्दोषनिधे राजन् अस्ति ह्येको महान् गुणः कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परं व्रजेद कृते यत् ध्यायतो विष्णु त्रेतायां यजतो मखैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तद्हरिकीर्तनाद् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे तृतीयोऽध्यायः ओम शांति शांति शांति. Friends, blessed lucky we are to get all these informations. Let's just imagine never attended any of these satsangas, nothing of spirituality. What could have been our mind like anybody else? Filled with delusions, filled with raga dveshadi, filled only with kama krodhadi. Such a wretched life of criminality outside, devilishness inside, frustration and misery as outcome would have been our life. Or depressions, or dejections, or the regrets and guilts of only doing non-positive. No, is it not this Shravanam of the Shastra every day, acting like a Rakshana Kavacham, protecting us from going into those wrong channels of self destruction? Now, for this, blessings of the Gurus and the Lord, how many our Kritagnatas we express, they are in fact of no match at all. The only thing, therefore, they expect us is not only listen, but understand, practice, and you grow. Shastra, Shruti Mata, Guru, and Bhagwan are like parents when, like, they provide everything to children and they get delighted only in the growth and development of the child. बच्चों का अच्छा बढ़ने में ही पेरेंट्स को खुशियां होते हैं और कुछ नहीं उनको चाहिए फ्रॉम द चिल्ड्रन इज इट नॉट सो टू इज गॉड श्रुति माता एंड our gurus they pour out every love, every knowledge, every guidance. They want only one thing as their dakshina return. What is it? Using this knowledge you come out of your samsara, your own bondage, come into that staggering joys of purity or spiritual success, etc. So may we pay our Guru Dakshina to our Gurus, etc. by being practical in our spirituality. One. Second thing, this sloka 46, which we have studied, you know, in fact, all these portions of 43, 44, 45, 46, 22 days we have spent. In that, for this sloka 46, we have spent 11 days. No sloka, in fact, of entire Bhagavatam, one, we have studied as long as this we have done. Because of the importance of the content in the context of Bhagavata Katha, in the context of discussion between Shuka, Parikshit ji, in the context of we, Kaliyuga staying people, in other context of our own spiritual evolution. If this is caught, what is to be caught is caught. If this is not caught, we have to gumo firo, again come back to catch this only. Nothing else in this world worthy of catching. So the main thing is what? The Lord is to be made established in our heart. And should never have the hesitation, never have the doubt regarding Lord, is He capable of doing this? And He is willing to do this. Is it not? Please understand it. Is He capable of doing this, of removing all the durguna from my antakarana, kalidosha? And is He willing to do? Because He's a God, how can He do that? It's like, I don't know why this example came to me. I can only share. Like, हमारे घर आके जो सफाई करते हैं कर्मचारी, only very low cater people. Bichare, in the slums they stay, no educated, etc., etc. For the sake of, livelihood they come and do. This was the olden days thing. Nowadays things have become changed, is it not? There have a big institutions, organizations started where highly educated people are employed in that to come and do the cleaning of our house. Online people, how many ads are coming? You just call them, yeah, my bathroom or kitchen or this has to be cleaned. Those two, three people suited, booted, coated, educated, they come, look at, quote the price. By ho gaya, then they do the same thing which those people are doing. क्लीन कर देंगे एंड यू पे मनी लॉट ऑफ टू देम शेल आउट. जो घर में काम करने के लिए आते हैं, एक महीने में उनको 1,000, इस बंदे को 1 घंटे में 1,000 दे देते हम. Means no doubt they will clean it or not. You pay the money, they will clean. In the same way, pay the money of Bhakti Shraddha, Lord Krishna will come into your heart and he will clean it. And the answer to this is morning yoga darshanam. भगवान के लिए इन सबको क्लीन करने के लिए हमारे हृदय के अंदर के कली दोषों को he did not take any झाड़ू पोछा anything. As what is just abhidhyanat. What did we see? Ishvara pranidhanadva. When we make the Lord happy with our pranidhana, Bhagavan does one abhidhyana or sankalpa in his infinite bhava. That's enough to make all the vrittis niruddha and enter into asampragnata yoga. We are seeing this topic in our Patanjali Yoga Darshanam, Samadhi Padam 23 and 24 and etc. Sutras. ईश्वर प्रणिधान से भी हमको आसन्नतमः will happen. This Alsampragnata Yoga. Same thing here also. Bhagavan will just make one sankalpa, just that unfoldment of the enfoldment of the Maya happens and it goes away from our heart of entire Kaliyuga. Never ever doubt the Lord's efficacy. Bhagavan, with one sankalpa, he made such a huge srushti. In another sankalpa, he just making all the sthiti going on. With one sankalpa, he just dissolves such a huge universe. To that Lord, a useless stupid jiva like you and me, to remove our own antakarana durvrittis, or the vasanas, or the kali dosha, is it a big task or what? Not at all, no? So like India, nowadays, from 140 crores of people, government is collecting taxes very silently, secretly, without hurting us much in so many ways. Therefore, what is difficult for the country to host G20s, to deploy so much of army, to buy so much of ammunition? ये सब संभव है, क्या कम है, इतना बड़ा देश. Who knows, we may adopt like the children are adopted अनाथ. 3-4 कंट्रीज को हम अडॉप्ट करके उनका भोजन वगैरह भी कर सकते होंगे. As our present trend of beautiful management goes on. The whole world is looking at India with ashcharya. Economical stability, political stability with some internal things, okay. Then the borders, safety, security, science-wise, technology-wise, all, baapre. Those people, dignitaries, come from country looks to be highly educated and moneyed. घूम फिरा के कितना है पॉपुलेशन उनका? 1 करोड़, 2 करोड़, है ना? कितना? 2 करोड़ मीन्स उनके जैसे 70 कंट्री है हमारे देश में. They are assurous to see all that. Great in our India. In the same way, main point is what? Don't doubt the Lord and His efficacy. Have full faith in Him and do what is said by DEVJI. What he is saying is what? Make the Lord fully established in the heart. Give Him the chance to clear off all these Ashubha. Bhagavan's Maya Shakti, which is binding us by His own orders, He'll also liberate us again with His own orders. It's a question of one clicking. What life I am living of Bhautikavado. Trying to eke out my sukha in the Rupanamaatmaka Jagata through the Upadhyaya Panchakosha. Is nonsense, is delusion, is binding. This is all useless. It is unwanted. I must discover the self in me, the divine in me. Anything other than it is time waste. If this much conviction comes, whole samsara is wiped off. The moment I understand it and kick the world outside and from inside outside also, I will close my doors. I am in my own deep meditation to realize the self with the knowledge already gained from the Upanishad. So, samsara kali chala gaya. थोड़ा बहुत प्रारब्ध that is there to the deha. Is it not? How much it is there? को मरने तक होगा उतना ही. Bhagavan gives that click, that wisdom. That's it. That has to happen. Between two people, there is a misunderstanding for 40 years. Suddenly one day, either they reconciled or somebody else mediated. एक क्षण में वो चला गया, देन गले मिलते हैं. यार बेकार में हम 40 साल से लड़ रहे थे और मन में in a human being's effort itself, if this sort of sorting out is there, which is of 40-50 years, in the divine's grace, will it not happen for us to get freed from that illusions? इन दैट वे इट्स ओनली डिsillusionment. एक बार मन से वो निकल जाए कि जो मैं कर रहा हूँ गलत है, जो करना है सही बात और ये है, गया माया, गया अविद्या, गया ऑल कलियुग. व्हाट इज कली? भौतिकवाद. देयरफॉर बहिर्मुखता, देयरफॉर अर्थ कामासक्ति, देयरफॉर कलह विद अदर्स, देयरफॉर ऑल द दुर्गुणास, ऑल द शत्रुत्व इत्यादि सब एकदम में चले जाएंगे. And for you and I, we have not deeply made established Lord in our heart. Yet, with whatever study we are doing, as a result of that, at least the superficial attachments or the unwanted things slowly started going away. If we become more strongly devoted as given here, if we are sincerely, we can see that understanding, as we said just now, will happen in one go. In that one understanding, everything goes away. Like the moment you know it is not a snake, it is a rope, everything is gone. It is not water, it is only mirage, everything is gone. It is unworthy, it is not real, everything gone from the mind. वो होता है धीरे धीरे हमको और भी डीप करेंगे तो इवन एट दिस मोमेंट ऑल्सो वी हैव चेंज्ड a lot in responding to the world in a healthier manner, approaching the world in a sensible manner, finding the means and goal for the life. पूरा नहीं हुआ बट हो रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा. उतना क्यों हो रहा है? इतना ही that much only we have trusted the Lord, allowed the Lord to enter us. Make him, give him more and more chance, make him permanently stay. और फिर within few months, years, all that clarity will come. And what is one clarity? My goal is Lord, He is inside. So through bhajana or the bhakti sadhana or jnana sadhana or yoga sadhana, through any of those three, indicated Lord in the heart, I have to recognize. In the Yoga Marga, through Chitta Vritti Nirodha, they make the Swarupa Pratishtha. In Bhakti Marga, through Upasana, Sharanagati to the Lord, in the heart, the Lord is made to be realized. In the Jnana Marga, by transcending the end with Upadhis, the self is realized. For all these three to become introverted, the Karma Yoga helps. For some decades, when we live life of selflessness outside, living in minimum needs, not greeds, then Antakarana Shuddha, Antarmukhata, these all sadhanas will happen. Wonderful it is. So maybe all that way we are becoming wiser day by day. Now what are those four sadhanas? Sutaha, Sankirtitaha, Dhyataha, Pujitaha, Adrutaha. Along with these five, the other things, four of them, as said in Navadha Bhakti or Puranam Kardo, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Vishnoho Smaranam, Vishnoho Padasevanam, Vishnoho Archanam, Vishnoho Vandanam, Vishnoho Dasyam, Vishnoho Sakhyam, Vishnoho Atmanivedan. Yesterday we have concluded even that Navadha Bhakti explanation also exhaustively. The ninth one is Atma Nivedana Sakti, wherein Sav Har Kshaname, everything we are only offering to the Lord. O Lord, this Deha yours offer to you, this Mana yours offer to you, Buddhi offer to you, the entire property outside is offered to you, all the friends, relations offer to you, every karma done by me offer to you, even Sukha Dukkha, Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Kayana, Vacha, Manasa, इंद्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्या आत्मना वा प्रकृतेः स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय इति समर्पयामि समर्पयेत् तत्. That's called as Atmanivedana. Totally. I offer my own self to him. When I myself offer to him, where else, what else remains as mine? What is said here in the Bhakti Bhasha is said in morning Taittiriya Upanishad, Vijnanamaya Kosha explanation. The Devatas example was given. Vijnanan Devas Sarve Brahmajeshtamupasate Devaha Indra Ajnadayaha Brahma Jeshtam Pratamajam Upasate Abhimanam Krutva Ahameva Tad Iti. Therefore, what they get? Jnana Aishwarya Vantaha Bhavanti. Even in the Vedanta Shastra, there also it is said, because they have done Sarva Samarpanam Tadatmyam with that Hiranyagarbha, Brahma, Mahat Brahma, blessed by him, they all have become Jnanavantaha, Aishwaryavanta, Devataha. And what is the Upasana they did? Abhimanam Krutva. Tad Brahma aham iti abhimanam krutva means I am not separate from that Mahat Brahma. I am always in him only, a part of him only. The concept that I am separate from him is impossible and wrong. That they left. Consequently, Jnanavana Ishwaryavana. Then tomorrow we will see, same we have to do. And while doing it, don't be careless regarding another aspect of pramada. Don't allow the pramada to come. Then by His grace, when we worship Him, we become one with Him. All His sukhas become ours. Vijnanam Brahma Chedveda Tasma Chenna Pramadyate Sharire Papmano Hitva Sarvan Kaman Samashnuta iti. What is said in the Vedic Bhasha is brought to us by DEVJI or Vyasa Bhagavan Ityadi in the Pauranika language. Same thing what is said there, said here is Eki Baat. So, by heart this shloka. Shrutaha Sankirtitaha Dhyataha Pujitas Chadrito Piva Nunam Dhunoti Bhagavan Hrutsto Janmayuta Shubham. Janmayuta Shubham Hrutstha Janmayuta Shubham Dhunati Krishnaha Shrutaha Sankirtitaha Dhyata Pujitaha Adrito Piva. What more direction, guidance, sadhana to be known more than this? What else anybody can say? Now the ball is our court. Everything is told to us. We have to now tighten our belts, roll up our sleeves, and enter into this sadhana continuously throughout life. There cannot be any second project in our life. Only one project. My Lord Krishna, Rama, or anyone should establish in my heart. Throughout the day, I am doing all these for the purpose of establishing in my heart. If you forget the purpose, then all our upasanas will become mechanical. With the purpose we do. Why are you doing all this pujitaha, kirtitaha, dhyataha? For making the Lord enter in the heart. What do you expect from the Lord in the heart? He should remove the ayuta janma ashubhas of all the vasana samskara. Then what happens? The kali goes away from the heart. What is the kali? The bahirmukata vishayasakti. Then what will happen? Antakarana atyanta shuddha. With such shuddha antakarana, what do you do? Same service of that Lord. Earlier it was a sadhana, now it is a fulfillment. And by His grace, the unity or oneness between Him and me from the absolute standpoint is recognized. There our journey ends. Then you relax in that experience, allowing anything to happen outside to the Deha as Prarabdha or for the Ishvara to work through us. That is how it is. A very, very important, very, very powerful, very, very relevant, very, very necessary shloka with meaning with all the sadhanas is this 46th shloka. Okay, you just remember it. Here we just declare now that we have sufficiently pondered over this shloka. We can, with more examples and other analysis, we can talk on this shloka for 10 more days. है ना? कोई भक्तों के, योगियों के, भक्तियों के एग्जाम्पल्स और भी लेकर और भी कर सकते हैं, बट दी मेजर chunk of it has been discussed by us. Like Bhagavan Shankara does the quotation of all the Shruti Smriti Purana to substantiate one thing. We can also quote all of that, but this is enough. Satatam kirtayanto mam yadandascha dudavratah namasyantyascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. See, ninth chapter. Tesham satatayuktanam vajatam pritipurvagam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayandide. This is the 10th chapter. Everywhere Bhagavan told this only. So, to summarize it is what? As we said it long back in the introduction, only there are two things. One Bhagavan, second is Maya. Other than Bhagavan, everything is Maya. Okay, so listen to the Bhagavan's Katha and become Bhakta, and with his grace avoid Maya and getting lost in Maya and enjoy that Mukta Sthiti. Without listening to Bhagavad Katha, listen to the Maya Katha. Maya permeates, percolates entire personality with its variety of the manovritti sankalpa, then we are lost in that. Choice अपना है. श्रुतः संकीर्तितः ध्यातः. Do you want to do of भगवान or not? देखो जिंदा है तो कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. श्रवण करना, बात करना, मनन करना चलेगा ही. तो श्रवण करना, बातें करना, मनन करना. If you do it of भगवान, the Maya gone away. If you don't do it of भगवान, you need not invite Maya. Maya will come. अपने आप आ जाते. Like you put on the light, the darkness goes away. Put off the light, you need not do anything else for the darkness to come. It just comes. Same way, you need not do anything for inviting Maya. Just stop listening to Bhagavan. Like what special effort you do after the class to invite the Maya or the worldliness in your heart? Nothing. Class is over. Welcome Maya ji. You need not do. She comes. अब बोला ना क्या मैं तो आप तो जिगरी दोस्त है. मैं तो बस 1 घंटे के लिए आप लोग बाहर वेट कर रही थी. है ना? Our relation with Maya is so cute. No formality at all. Maya never ask मैं आऊँ क्या? And you never invite please आइए हमारा घर. ये तो आपका घर है. Our heart is so open for the Maya of the Vishayas and Raga, Dvesha and Sajoguna, Tamoguna. आ जाओ, ये दिल खुला आपके लिए है. Is it not? No an invitation required. So it's always in our choice. That exercising choice firmly, strongly, choosing only to do the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Dhyanam, and Puja and Adhana only of Paramatma. If we can just stick to that with very strong commitment कि कुछ भी हो जाए मैं मरूंगा लेकिन इन चीजों से थोड़ा भी मरा मुंडी हिलाऊंगा नहीं. In that commitment when we sit, Maya will not come. Maya is such a Mohini. थोड़ा भी इन चीजों से हिलाया सिर को, then she attracts us. Just slowly see 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, that attraction becomes, the nature. Then the impulses, all that infatuation. Then अभी निकला, चलता हूँ अभी करके, चलते हैं क्लास से निकल गए और फंस गए माया में. है ना? Very, very dangerous. That is why Avrutta Chakshuhu, you know that? Ever, he closed the entire faculties, including the mind, not allow even a little air of Maya also inside the heart. How can we do that, sir? When we are fully busy in all these things. कर करके इतना मरना है. इतना कर करना है मरने तक. Living 120 years like a kawa, involving in all the Mayic things, is worse than living very short span of life with the whole life spent only for भगवान. है ना? अगर मुझे पूछे जाए कि आपको आगे 100 साल का जीवन है जिसमें आपको भगवान को स्मरण भूलकर माया को स्मरण करना है, या आपको 10 साल ही है जिसमें माया का स्मरण नहीं होगा, भगवान ही नहीं, मैं तो यही मांगूंगा 10 साल वाला. Why should I waste my this life and future life with that long life living only in Maya? We are discussing about our choice. बस दोनों है, श्रेयश्च प्रेयश्च मनुष्य में तः तौ संपरीत्य विविनक्ति धीरा श्रेयो ही धीरो भी प्रेयसो वृणीते प्रेयो मंदो योगक्षेमा वृणीते. What to do? Don't blame anyone after that. After choosing the prayers, don't say to God or anyone. भगवान तो सुनेंगे नहीं इस प्रेयर्स को चुनने वाले नालायकों को. When they complain to the Lord, why do you put the prayers here? It attracted me. I put the shreyas also. You should have chosen it. इतना कहकर भगवान जाते हैं. जाते हैं तो one sentence he says, never mind, at least start taking the Shreya Marga now. Within soon, some very short period of time, you will be better. Like you and I. Just 3 years of time, good amount of change in our heart. Those are regular, not others. Those are irregular and not interested. Shraddha Rahita, I cannot guarantee them. Like Gita also, no? Apichet suduracharaha vajate mam ananyama swadureva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha shipram avati dharmatma shashvachanti nigacchati kaunteya pradhyanihi name bhaktaha pranashyati. So let us take a right choice, stick to that as much as possible. Don't allow Maya to come. Even if she powerfully comes, with all the effort, send her away as soon as possible. देखो, so far भगवान गुरु सत्संग को हम बेइज्जत कर रहे थे when they were coming to us, और इज्जत के साथ we were welcoming Maya. Now do the other way around. With all respect, reverence, गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग देवता को अपने जीवन में उतारो, ले आओ, इनवाइट करो. माया का बेइज्जत करो, हो जाएगी. Just don't value, don't just neglect. That's it. So, having said this way, the 46th shloka thoroughly, now we will see 47th mantra. An example is given to prove how Bhagavan does the cleansing of our hearts of all Kali dosha if we allow him to enter into our heart and give him sufficient freedom and time and chance. वो कैसा करेंगे पूछो मत. भागवत में कहा भगवान दोनोती करेंगे वो, बस full stop. You know, when you pay that 1,000 rupees and give him the house and you stand outside, you will not worry वो कैसा करेगा. He has your apparatus, liquids, और सब साफ करके जाएगा. Why are you worried? So too, why do you worry so much how the Lord does? It is his headache. You just offer to him and give him a chance, he will do it. Do what he said. The payment which you have to do is Shrutah, Sankirtah, Dhyatah, Pujitah, Adutah. Okay? Now, the example is Yatha Hem Nistitah Vahnihi Durvarnam Dhatujam Hanti Evam Atmagatah Vishnuho Yoginam Ashubhashayam Hanti Hem Nistitah Vahnihi. You know, when first the gold is exposed to fire to such a level that the fire enters into the gold. Then, as I told you the other day, whatever the impurities are there in the fire, in the gold of other dhatus, that fire only melts them and makes them go away. But the gold has to be exposed to the fire continuously. Yata hemni stitaha vahnihi. The fire which is there inside the gold. How did it enter? You have exposed that gold to that fire. What is that? Dhatujam durvarnam hanti. All that the impurities of the negative dhatus, other dhatus, it just eliminates. Gold purification process. Putapaka shodhitam suvarnam it is called as. Yatha suvarnam putapaka shodhitam. Vivek Chudamani. यथा हेमनि स्थितो वह्निः दुर्वर्णम धातुजम दुर्वर्णम हन्ति तथा fire removes the impurities of the gold. In the same way, evam atmagatah Vishnu. See, hrudayagatah, chittagatah. First chittagatah kaha, then hrudayagatah kaha. No, atmagatah kaha. Next level. Chitta is in effortfulness. Hridayagata is less effort, almost effortless. Atmagata is that Lord has occupied your heart so much that He is more there in me than my own self. Atmagata Vishnu. Underline this word and feel. This is a crux in this shloka. when the Vishnu has become one with your own Atma. Atmagatah Vishnu. What it does? Ki yoginam. Yogi, he is your Bhakta Yogi. Bhakti Yogi, who has done the above said sadhanas of that Bhakti Yogi. Ashubha Ashayam Hanti. All the Ashubha, unholy, inauspicious Ashayas in the Vasanas Hanti. See that Ashayam word? Tomorrow we will see again. Klesha Karma Vipaka Ashayaihi Aparamurushtah Purusha Visheshaha Ishvaraha. It is Ishvara's definition there, Ashayam word. Here also, whatever the Ashubha Ashaya, Ashayam is Vasanas. Ashayam is deep samskaras, all that Lord will wash off if He is made to be one with our Atma in us. He should be there more in our heart than our own self through above said sadhana. So, now in the next shloka, we are told about 8 or 9 generally done adhyatmika sadhanas. Then what is said comparatively? More cleansing and purity. Then all these sadhanas happen when we make the Lord enter our heart through Shrutaha Sankirtitaha. Comparative study. When you compare, then what is better? That we tend to choose. Therefore, many other sadhanas you do, with them also purity happens, but not as much as with this said sadhanas. Therefore, take up this sadhana. That is what is the penultimate sloka Sri Shukadevji speaks. Then the ultimate sloka comes there as the 49 Usika explanation are the other 3 slokas. We will study them tomorrow. Sarvam Krishnarpanam Om. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् मुदमुच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीकृष्णचन्द्रभगवान् की जय श्री महाविष्णु श्रीमन् नारायण भगवान् की जय ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् देवसहितप्रसवत्यन्तर्तेन प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पण ब्रह्महविर्ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनान्नं चतुर्विधं स्वादुरसैः षड्भिसमन्वितं भक्षभोज्यसमायुक्तं नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृह्यतां शाल्यन्नं मध्ये मध्ये अमृतपाने उत्तरापोष्णस्तपाद प्रक्षालना समरताम्बूल नीराजनान्दर्जयामि ॐ नीलमेघश्यामकृष्णानित्य जगन्मोहनकृष्णबाल गोपालकृष्ण भव्य वेणुगानलोलवेदान्तवेद्य नवनीतचोर भक्तजनाधार परमया वाग्नोत्तिनन्दाय गीतामृदान परम योगीश पार्श्वकृष्ण ॐ नदत्तदौर्यो वाचिरचन्ददारकं हेमाविद्यो वान्दितमयमग्निः तमेवां नर्वा सर्वं तस्य वासा सर्वविभाते ॐ नारायणाय मंगलम श्री कुरुक्षेत्र दक्षिण विहारिणे पार्षद रूपाय गीताचार्याय मंगलम बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय बोल श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय बोल श्री वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूता आदि भागवताचार्य की जय बोल श्री सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम. Thank you. Hari Om. Let's study Adhyatma Ramayanam for some time.